Mama, let's get up out of here. What's good, y'all? This is Icon here, going over Black Lightning. I forget which episode we're up to, but oh man, this episode. Oh man, I'm not happy right now because, first of all, the episode starts. They're at Tavon's funeral. Nissa's there, Lynn is there, Jeff's there, Jennifer wasn't there. Basically like both Nissa and Jeff, like, they're upset because Tavon pretty much died under their care on their watch. So Mrs. We Gon' Clap Back, she rolls up on Jefferson at the funeral and tries to get some comments from him, regarding the situation. And then Jeff was basically just like, Tavon's death will be avenged. Nissa, Nissa. Like, I love me some Nissa. Like, Nafisa Williams, she is, she's awesome. But, she's so good of an actress, she's making me hate the character that she's playing on Black Lightning. It's, with her, it started, she was making a video for her family because when she had the fight with Khalil in the previous episode, she ended up getting stuck with his venom. And because of her meta-healing ability, it took longer, to affect her than it did, Tavon. So she's dying. She makes a video for her family, basically, telling them that, she did what she did for the people and, for the right reasons. And if she has to, and if she's gonna die, then she's okay with that because she knew she fought. She fought for the cause. Gambi was talking to her, and then, he said that he was gonna try to do something to cure her. He wanted to tell her parents. She was like, nah, don't tell them. And she basically was like, give me 24 hours. Because Gambi was like, look, I'm not going to lie to your parents. Like, I'm going to tell them. And then she was like, oh, give me 24 hours. And then if you can't cure me in 24 hours, then I'll tell them. So he's like, all right, cool. So Jeff later on, he comes to the house. He comes to her house, whatever. And then, he went to apologize because he's like, listen, like, I pressured you into trying to save Tavon, and it's like, it's my fault. And then she's like, no, I knew it was a bad idea and I still did it, it's my fault. And then she just was like a total biatch towards it. Like, she was just like, that's on me and you need to leave. And I was just like, hold up the disrespect to Jefferson Pierce. He even said, like, he himself, like, he went over there, he apologized. Like, he straight up apologized. He was like, I'm sorry. He was like, you were wrong. He was like, you're my daughter, you're my family. And then she's like, get out of my house, Negro. And I was just like, oh no. But I mean, she did it because, she's basically trying to chase him away. Because Lynn on it, she on that green light, so she doesn't come to the house. Like, Jennifer's doing her own thing, and Gambi already knows the situation. So it's really just Grace and Jeff that she has to lie to, and she's not gonna lie. And she's not gonna be mean to Grace, but she's just flat out like disrespecting and like dismissing her pops, and then and I feel bad for him because he's like, yo, I'm trying. He's like, I'm trying to, like, nobody wants to meet me halfway. So then he leaves, Jeff leaves, Nissa passes out, Grace shows up the next morning, and she's like, yo, what's going on? Because she was like, I got a tiger's nose, I can smell something. And then she's like, nah, boo, it's all good, take your fine ass in the shower. So, but Grace, she's like, all right, cool. Nissa ends up, she basically, like, it gets worse. Like, she ends up, like, going into convulsions, whatever. I believe it was Grace. Grace called Gambi. Gambi came over, gave her a little bit of antidote, which temporarily healed her. And then, he was like, yo, I'm out because I got something I got to take care of. And then she was just like, but what about, what if she has a relapse? And he's like, yo, Grace, you got this. Like, you'll be all right. Now, what's stupid about Nissa not telling her parents is that Lynn is working on a metahuman cure to stabilize, like, the pod kids. If anybody could come up, like, she knows her mom's a doctor. She knows her mom's like a bio-neural chemical person or whatever. If there was anybody who can come up with an antidote for the poison, it would be your mother. But she's so gung-ho about not telling my parents that she's not telling the one person who could potentially save her life. So I'm like, between that and like the disrespect to Black Lightning, like, this is making me mad. Like, I miss Thunder. I hate Blackbird. So Jeff, so now, Jeff gets into it with Lynn in the morning. She's just like, oh, you're going out there as Black Lightning, tearing up the streets, because, you're selfish and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, woman. So Odell shows up at the house, and then him and like Black Lightning and Odell get into it. Odell's just like, you broke our agreement, and then he's just like, our agreement was to keep my kid safe. He's like, our agreement was to do what I say, and then the two of them go head to head. He's like, you don't want to make an enemy out of me, Black Lightning, and so that's another person now. So now Jeff's got Nissa up his ass. He's got Odell up his ass. He's got Lynn up his ass. Like Lynn's giving him shit. And it's like he's going through the ringer. Like I don't like what they doing to Jeff. Like they gotta put some respect on his name. Like he started this. He's Black Lightning. So so after that, Lynn, like I said, Lynn's still pushing that green light. She goes down to Tobias to try to get some more bone marrow from him. Tobias basically, he's just like, yo, I know that you was outside, that your husband was outside laying up the streets. And then she was like, who told you that information? Because like Tobias knows the truth. And then Lynn's afraid that he's gonna threaten to tell, like the public or to tell somebody, because it's like I don't know, like first of all, like he's locked up, so I don't know who's she afraid he's gonna tell. Like Odell already knows, so but for his silence, she was like, "What do you want for your silence?" And then he was just like, I want a list of all the pod kids and all their meta abilities, you heard. So she goes and gets him a list of all the pod kids, to pay for his silence. And she removed 2 people from the list. There were 2 people whose names that she shredded from the list. One of them was Wendy, and I didn't get to see who the other person was. It looked like an Asian kid. But I didn't get a good look at who the other kid was, but I know one of them was Wendy. So she gives him the list, and then he's like, what would Black Lightning's black ass say if he knew we was working together? She's like, we're not working together, you bastard. And then he's like, check your facts, doctor, you working for me. So so now because I guess she feels guilty, because he was just like, what would Jefferson Pierce say if he found out about our working relationship? And because of that, Lynn decided, just like Nissa, she decided to push Jeff away. Like Jeff comes home, and then she's packing up her stuff, and then he's like, Lynn, where you going? And she's like, I'm out, Jefferson, I can't take it. And I'm like, you basically just doing that because you're trying to separate, because it's like Lynn's whole thing is she knows she's going to get busted with the whole working with Tobias thing. So before she gets, like, she basically wants to leave before she gets busted for working with Tobias. So she left, and then Jeff Jeff's home by himself, once again, because Jennifer ain't home. Jennifer actually, she went to Brandon's house. She broke into Brandon's house, and she saw that she was on Brandon's computer. Brandon had pictures of Lynn on his computer, and Jennifer's like, oh, why you stalking my mom, you perv? And I'm like, that's where your mind went? So she ended up talking to him, and then they got into a little metahuman fight, and then come to find out his powers, he said he can manipulate nature. So, and I guess like because she's lightning, that has to do with nature, so that's why he can absorb her powers and manipulate her powers too. He can control dirt, trees, turn coal into diamond. The boy's basically Captain Planet. So the two of them were talking. He was just like, yeah, Doc. He said he was researching Lynn because Lynn was the last person seen with Dr. Chase, and he's looking for Dr. Chase because Dr. Chase killed his mom, and he's gonna bust Dr. Chase's ass, who's currently in Markovia. So Jen was like, yo, as long as you keep my family's name out your mouth, it's all gravy. So so then that was it for them. So then the disappearing dude is back, because I had mentioned before the black dude who could vanish and like reappear, who can teleport. He's back. Him along with the leader of the Markovians, they hijack an ASA truck. That bitch white woman soldier that works for Odell. What happened to Braxton? It was like 2 episodes. Braxton was like the head douchebag in charge, and then they subbed him out, and now they got this other douchebag white lady. She was just like, yo, we picked up the teleporter signal. So they meet up at Club 100, because that's the ASA set up at Club 100. The black dude, the teleporter, and the Markovian, they go to Club 100 because they're trying to look up data. Odell's there, and then he's like, we got you now. And then, like a gunfight happens. Odell actually ends up getting shot. Black Lightning shows up. The teleporter's like, I'm being paid to do a job. Anybody paying me to take on no Black Lightning? So the teleporter bounced. And then him and the Markovian dude bounced. I don't know if Odell's dead, because Odell had said to Jeff, he was just like, you should have killed him. And he was like, I don't kill people. He's like, because you're a fool. Ha ha ha. But I don't know if Odell's dead or if he's just in the hospital. The teleporter took the dude back to Markovia, and then he was just like, yo, pay me so I can leave. Dr. Chase shows up. The teleporter leaves, and then Dr. Chase and the Markovian guy, they're both basically just like, yo, Dr. Stewart, she's this close to finding a cure. So once she finds a cure, we'll steal the information from her cure and we'll use her cure to cure their metahumans, because they each have a set of metahumans. So obviously, if Lynn's having problems with her metahumans, Dr. Chase is having problems with hers. But Dr. Chase doesn't know how to stabilize them, and Lynn's this close to figuring out because she on that green light. She a green light crack baby. But that was it. And then Tobias told Lynn, he was just like, yo, you want he's like, yo, don't trust Odell, because he even told her, he was like, you want to know what happened to Nissa, the Issa. He's like, you want to know what happened to Issa? He was like, holler at your boy, Tobias Whale, you heard. So what else? So Nissa's dying. Lynn left home and she's still on the green light. Jennifer's talking to a new meta dude. Everybody's shitting on Jefferson Pierce for entirely no reason. Your boy Henderson, he's still putting together the insurgents, and the person who was like the voice of the insurgents, they was calling him the truth teller or whatever. He died. The Markovians killed him, not the Markovians, the ASA killed him, and they needed somebody to step up and be the voice for the people of Freeland. So they bring in the clapback chick to do, to take over for the last dude. So now she's the person who's doing the news reports, like the underground news reports, and she's like, "Wake up, Freeland! The ASA ain't shit." So, so finally, it's nice that she's actually doing something, because she hadn't really been doing too much before. So she's working. So it's Henderson, it's her, it's the clapback girl, it's the priest, and like it's all the other non-essential characters that have all band together. So we got which is good, because Jeff's gonna need some help because he can't rely on his family for shit right now. and then in the end, Gamby, he went to, because when he researched the poison, Gamby knows what the poison's all about. When he researched the poison, he found out that the poison was actually Khalil's poison. He went to Khalil's grave so that Khalil wasn't there. So now Gamby knows that Khalil's alive. Whether he tells everybody, we have no idea. And it's gonna get interesting because Nissa's still sick. Like I said, like everybody's doing separate things right now. Like people are pushing people away and this, that, and the third. So I don't know how Nissa's gonna get better. And with the crisis coming, and I said this before, like I had said before that, I said watch the entire Pierce family push Jefferson away, which will move him into the crisis. And then he's gonna take care of the crisis, and he's gonna come back, and he's gonna save his family because they're gonna get themselves in trouble. So it looks like we're trending in that direction because, like I said, Nissa already pushed him out, and Lynn already pushed him out. So if he gets into an argument with Jen in the next episode, and then Jen pushes him out, he's going full. Jeff's gonna be gone for like an episode or two, and he's gonna be full blown crisis. So, so yeah, still no Lala, no Khalil in this episode. But like I said, then we'll find out if Odell's dead or not too. So that was it. Oh, and by the way, Gamby has already made Grace a suit. I see it coming. But that was it. That was Black Lightning for this week. I got the next one coming. I got some other stuff on my channel. The Anime NYC 2019 is up on the channel. I got Supergirl, Batwoman coming, and like I said, Arrow, DC, Legends of Tomorrow, whenever that starts. I got a whole bunch of stuff. So thank you for tuning in. Until next time on Black Lightning about this, bitch.